How you doing, people? Robert here, AKA Robess, Anti-Corruption Scotland. I'm going to do a video, right? And this is a video for food, for thought. Now, people think when you have a legal government, it works for the people. It represents the people. It represents the lands of England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland. This is not the case, people. Government is an entity, a corporation. Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales. It can never be sovereign, right? Although it portrays to be sovereign, and the reason being is the registered companies, even the politicians. So it all boils down to maritime law, contract law, the law of the sea. There has to be a contract in place, as I keep saying. Now, people think when you go to register to vote, it's the right thing to do. It's actually the wrong thing to do, right? When a man or woman goes to register to vote, to the polling station, the school or whatever, they get in there as a man or a woman. They put a cross in a box or a tick to select the corporation that they want to represent them. When that box leaves the school or the polling station, it becomes legal, person, corporation, entity, right? It's not a man or woman anymore. And what you've actually did is you've given your consent. You now have privileges. You do not have rights, inalienable or inherent. You have duties and obligations to a legal system, legal society. And the reason for that is because they've stolen your consent, they've tricked you, they've lied to you. And that point has been proven over decade, with fake manifestos, promises, pledges to do something. They don't do it, they never uphold other pledges. And what they do is they bring stuff in they didn't even disclose that they were going to do. And it's happened in the last 4 years as an example, people. It's terrible that people think that we have democracy in the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales. We don't. Now, how do we remedy this issue? Now, we see people protesting in the street, marching here, there and everywhere with signs, don't consent to ULEZ, don't consent to this, don't consent to that, right? People have to take this a step further. We have to remove consent, right? That's one thing, but we have to remove control. And how do we do that? We remove the politicians. We are governed by consent and policed by consent, but the way the system works, that isn't the way the system works. Every part of this system works against the people. It doesn't work for the people, and that's a fact. And everything in this legal system, legal society is based on constructive fraud, identity theft, and crimes at the highest level, including treason, perjury, right? That's a fact. These people in the legal system, legal society, don't give two hoots about the people in general, and the reason being is you've seen the amount of people that's been no well. Things have happened, I'm not going to get too involved in it because TikTok starts rattling my cage, right? But you know what's happened in the last 4 years, people, and it's still going on, right? And people, for some reason, are just no wide awake yet. People are waking up at a slow pace, but that's not good enough. We need everybody to wake up at the same pace and do something about it. As I says, a government is an entity, corporation. They work for the corporations. The people in power in the Parliament, Westminster Parliament, Scottish Parliament, English and Welsh Parliament are no the power. It's the numpties above them, the lobbyists, the corporations, the money men that pull their strings and they do what they tell them. And that's how they don't work for the people. Now, something that nobody's ever talked about, and I don't hear anything about it, right, apart from myself in the last few videos. The only way to remedy this is a sovereign government, people. A people's government. Then things change. We can get the services back and we can take back full control of the lands of England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland. There's no ifs or buts. People shout about an independent Scotland. I've already explained that. Independent Scotland. Scotland is independent. We just have to take it back. There's no man or woman in any parliament in the lands of England, Ireland, Wales or Scotland is going to come forward and make a claim and say that they own the lands. It's impossible, right? They can't say that they own the people. They can't claim the people as property. But they can claim the person as property because of the birth certificate. And this is the bit that people are losing sight of and their eyes off the ball. Plus the fact you're an entity, a corporation. And that's a fact, right? You have no rights, people, and it's time we take these rights back. We have to step up to the mark. We have to waken up. And we have to make a move and take this system on head to head and don't back down. does not matter what political party that you put in or vote for. It's all the same fraud. It's getting participated against the people of the lands of England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland. As I says, again, they don't work for the people. They're there to rob the people. They're there to bully the people. Look what they've done in the last 4 years to the people. The chaos they've caused. The harm, loss and injury they've caused. The deprivation and poverty. More homelessness. Veterans lying in the street. Scotland's rife with child trafficking. Sons and daughters are being abused and nothing's done about that. Why? Because people just don't care or they're not paying attention. But they better start paying attention because they think things are the moaning groan just now. Like an example, the entity known as Birmingham Council has asked the government to allow them to put the council tax up 10%. Firstly, the word government's an entity. There is no man or woman called government, and I keep telling you that. Birmingham Council is an entity. There's men and women that represent these, right? But they cannot make a claim to take money off any man or woman. And this is the bit you're missing, right? Because you're treated as a person, a citizen, a corporation, an entity, right? They bring up acts and statutes. Acts and statutes is no law, people. They use legalese, word trickery, dog land to trick the people to believe legal's lawful and lawful's legal. But people still don't get this yet, and they have to start researching and getting it, right? When they understand what's going on, you're going to get a fright of people for what they've done to everybody in their lives. We've been lied to for day dot one, right? Including myself. 12 and a half years ago coming up, I was thinking the same as everybody out in the street. They've got authority. They have the power. It's right what they're doing. But it's the other way around, people. They don't have the power. They don't have the authority. And it's wrong what they're doing. And you can see how people have been affected in their lives. Their lives are being affected every day. They're causing people to be depressed. They're causing people to be suicidal. People are unwell. They're manipulating sons and daughters' minds, currently manipulating the minds of sons and daughters. And it's terrible what they're getting away with. And it has to stop. The only way forward is a people's government. This is part one of this video. Part two, I'm going to cover a sovereign government and explain how this would work and how it would be benefit to the people of the lands of Scotland, England, Ireland and Wales. There is a way forward, people. These governments right now, worldwide, have got an agenda. Example, New World Order, cashless society, social credit system, you're going to be treated like China, a puppet, right? You don't behave yourself, you're going to be penalised every part of your life. They're going to stop your bank account, they're going to give you nothing, right? Digital ID, digital face recognition, right? That's some of the things, we cannot allow that anywhere, right? As far as I know, they're trying to push it in Europe. It's been passed. I don't know when they're going to implement it, but it's been passed, and that's a dangerous thing, people. We cannot allow this. These people, men and women that represent these corporations, governments, politicians, and all the rest of it, don't have the power or the authority. They cannot take a man to man, a man to woman, woman to woman, head on, private capacity under full liability. And this is the bit you people have to understand. Forget the word government, council, police Scotland, Merseyside Police, Birmingham Council, Edinburgh Council, Glasgow City Council. They're all entities, people. That's Disney. You can't correspond or interact with a corporation that doesn't exist. It has no life. It has no right of mind to contract. And no man or woman can make a claim on its behalf or are committing fraud at the highest level. But that's what they're doing just now, people. They're saying the council says this, the council says that. It's all based on lies and fraud, people. Please, people, waking up. Share this video far and wide, people. Please pay attention to myself and Anti-Corruption Scotland. We know the game and the game's up. All we have to do is get the people to know the game, and then the game will really be up, and then we can make change in everybody's life. I want a better life. I want to see people happy. People right now are unhappy. They're suffering of deprivation and poverty. We've got homeless, food banks, child trafficking, genocide, right? There's a couple of examples, and it has to stop. And the only way to stop it is people can make change. Governments are making change for the agenda. We don't want an agenda. We want our lives back. We want our rights back, and we can get it. All it has to take is the people who wake up, smell the coffee. Please share this video far and wide, people. It's important information, and I'll speak soon about a sovereign government and see what you've got to think on that. Okay, people, I'm for your benefit, the people's benefit. Take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.